Hello and welcome to an SC Spectrum episode 5 and episode 2 with Jesse joining us. How are we, boys? I'm a little bit disappointed that neither of you picked up on my maroon hat off air. I thought I'd try to get in really quick at round 6 just to stick it up to you that we're the reigning champs.
Yuck. I spent almost my whole life with you blokes being the reigning champs. It means nothing to me anymore.
Spend your whole life with us being the reigning champs, so it means nothing is just a piss take for being a loser.
No, not at all. It's just, this is our year. I said that last year too.
You say it every year since, what, 1998 when the NRL started. It's New South Wales year every year, and Queensland just managed to get it. Jimmy, what do you reckon, mate? Just remind everyone what colour you are.
I'm a blue, but I was born in 99 and all I've seen is maroon. It's quite depressing.
Born in 99, bloody hell.
Are you only 99, really?
27.
Damn, man, I was
Far out.
I was skating, trying to hang out at the bottle as a 10-year-old, trying to figure out my life, and you weren't even born yet.
I was playing with Tarzos.
The imagination.
I just got my first edition Charizard in 99.
Oh, God.
Guess what I did
good.
with it? I played
What'd you
cards with it, and it got wrecked.
Yeah. Had that many first edition Charizards. Bloody hell.
And now it's worth 100k, if not more, as PSA 10. Boys, welcome. I'm bloody excited. It's round 6. We are, getting through the year. First of all, I just wanted to do a bit of a shout out to some of our sponsors. We have 3, which is just fantastic. As we mentioned last week, Freedom Finance just joined. So I'm really proud of this effort. And I was telling this to Jimmy on the sidelines. But do you think of your mortgage like your Supercoach team? You could just set and forget, but we all know that's how you end up ranked somewhere between your mum's casual team and Trav's 50k retired player team. So that's where our man Con comes in at Freedom Finance. So they're basically your financial supercoach gurus, the ones making the smart trades behind the scenes, so you're not stuck paying premium dollars in a world that's really expensive. Go and talk to Con, mention SC Spectrum, have a chat to him. Don't be like my 50k team, dwelling in the background with no team value, unlike these two boys, and get your value back into your mortgages. Freedom Finance, contact him. He's in your bios. I will put all the contact details there. Also, Fantasy Pro. Most of our stats that come off what we do is Rugby League Fantasy Pro. He is by far the best. You cannot get within 0.3% data like he does, which is just absolutely phenomenal. Mention SC Spectrum 26 to get full access of their website at a 20% discount. And Jimmy, I gave you the spiel this week for the Understanding Support sponsorship that we have, the US guys.
Yeah, so they're just a great company up here on the Sunshine Coast, and for all your mental health and disability supports, definitely contact those guys. They'll look after you for sure.
Absolutely, mate. And I will put their website in the bio for a description for anyone who needs to contact them. Round 5 updates, boys. Jesse, look, you're leading the way. It's about the only time you've won something, so let's get you on there. As we said about the Blues, you don't know how to win. We just get it as Queensland Maroons. So just talk to us about your team, mate.
Okay,
How'd
so
round 5
my
go?
team, it started off really well. I was looking at an actual proper calculation of a 1400 plus. Everything was going really well. I captained Walsh, and that's where it all kind of fell apart. So my trade-in last week was Preston to Miles Martin. I took the coin. I took about 530k doing that. And I was able to bump up Setu 2 all the way to Jenkins. So I got him last week. And I'm very glad that I did, because he got 109 points, and now he's 872k, and very, very hard to get hands on. So Yeah, stoked with that trade, and it was really good. I had him go the 109. I had Purdue for the 108. I had Cleary with the 115. All signs were looking fantastic, and then obviously Reece Walsh goes and gets himself knocked out on halftime. Ends on a 38 captain for me. And I ended the round on 1234. It caused me to actually drop ranks, funnily enough, when I was looking at a lot of green. Ended up dropping 372 spots down to rank 3,171. Team value is teetering just off 14 mil, 13.93, and total score 6,497. So pretty good going overall, but I was so close to some good green.
Trav, are you listening to this?
I am listening.
He's
yeah,
crying
why?
about dropping a couple hundred spots, and we're up here.
Yeah, I was literally. I'm so glad you did that. Oh, poor Jesse. He's now at
Jesse.
3,100
now.
rank.
Woe is me,
Mate,
Woe is me.
the guy is an absolute gun. Get in the DMs, have a chat to him. He's always welcome to. He's always happy. He loves a DM. He loves a chat with about Supercoach. So message him. He is
Sure do.
phenomenal. Jimmy, tell us all about your team, mate.
Well, about my team it's unreal, but it just isn't getting those high scores that I want at the moment. I ended up bringing in Walsh last week. I thought that was the right trade to move against the Titans, and up until half time it looked like it was going to be, and it went downhill pretty quick. So that's my regret. And I also missed out on Stags and Sasangi, which kind of really hurt because they were the trades I was going to do all week. So, got Walsh. Scored alright, 12-13. It's only a couple behind Jesse. I still went up though, because I'm a fair way behind. I went up 5,000 spots to 32k. 13.5 mil team value. 36 trades sitting there. I'm looking good. I'm optimistic about the future, but definitely
Good.
improvement needed.
I'm really glad you say in words how optimistic you are, because that was the most dullest review that you've done in the first 5 weeks, man. It was so
Very
dire. Yeah, it really was. Talk, man. You got green arrows. You should be happy. You're on the burst. You've got to make a couple of trades. Be excited, Jimmy.
Yeah, it was Turbo, man. He let me down hard. He was on 70 and then he just didn't come back. What could have
HIAs,
been?
man. HIAs
know.
killed
HIAs.
both of your fullbacks.
Turbo and Walsh. Far
Shocker.
out. What could have been?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
what could have. Round 5 for Travis boys got a 12-13. That gives me a total score of 5,997. Puts me into top 32%. So I'm getting there. It's getting there. It's season rank of, let's ignore that. No, I said 50k. I'm 52,317k. My team value is a total of 600 and plus thousand less than Jesse's at 13.447 million. I used a boost again last week and I traded Marnie to oh man, I'm so bad with names, but I'm going to have a crack. Fini Angananofo, who's a Dolphins hooker 5'8". So I brought him in as just a pure blown nuff at 201.4k. Basically, after what Jimmy and Jesse said in the podcast last week around, do you go Cheese or do you go Dan? And I pretty much just went, I want the extra 30k. We'll see what Cheese does this week. Now that he's back, and we'll talk about that. I sent Tedesbud out for Turbo, and I sent Atco out for Dewey. So I was super, super happy going into halftime with Turbo last week and thought, yep, this is wicked. I'm on fire. Here we go. And yeah, as the same sort of news as what Jimmy had said, Turbo as the vice captain that I had last week just didn't do it for me, unfortunately, which was a little bit of a killer. I also captained Dewey to try and go a little bit rogue. He had the 200 score, 110 pluses, had a good matchup against Para, and that kind of cost me an extra 60 points because I was going to go Cleary. I put the captain's post out and said he was my number one option. Everything was there for Cleary, and I thought, no, I'm going to do something different. I'm at 60k. I'm going rogue. And when Jesse told me how much he loved how rogue I went on the podcast last week, I went, yep, I'm doing it. So
It's a nice
came back to sort of bite me a little bit, cost me that extra 60 points. But to be fair, my AE was Pezzett, who was a 14. So
Yeah, that's tough.
it wasn't too bad. I'm not complaining. I saw green arrows. I'm almost at the 50k. I think, as Jimmy said, my team's lit. Like I really like my team. Unfortunately, I look at it and think, okay, these are guys from this is so 2025 and not 2026, and but let's see. Let's hope they move forward.
Jesse, just a quick one. What's your
Yeah, mate.
total score? Like, how far off are we?
So my total score is 6,497. So I'm just off 6.5.
You're exactly
Okay.
500 points more than me.
I'm 6,143. So
So
Okay.
that's very
It's a good
interesting,
captaincy.
and it's a good question, Jimmy, man, because like I'm 52k at 5,997. I'm exactly 500 points away from Jesse, who's in 3,000th. So there's only 500 points at round 6 towards going into round 6. So it's we're not that far away.
just
Well, the
can't let
crazy
it
thing
keep
is
slipping.
the guy that's coming first right now is on 7,265, and second place is on 6,960.
So he's
he's literally
almost 400
300.
points.
He's 300, basically almost exactly 300 points ahead, and
Wow.
that's the gap from first to second. He also top scored the round with a 15.54 this week.
Gee.
Wow.
So
Because 1,200
The
would
boys
have been par
flying.
this week.
and
So he's
how's
thir-
this
he's-
far out? Team value is almost 14.8.
Oh.
Some people just start hot, man. That's
Yeah,
unreal.
is that full of like pods and things from the start of the year? Is it full of those cheapies, middies?
Well, I'll tell you, he went bang with. He's got Ford and Twal up front, Simi, Fafita, Noah Martin, Fine Filiaki, second row. Didn't even play Chan. Cleary and Boyd in his halfbacks. He's got Jake Clifford, got that 125. Centre wings elite too. Jenkins, Purdue, Latrell, Katoa. Didn't play Chester for his 74. Sewer, Hines, captain, and Turbo on the back. That team's insane. Just
Yeah, that's a good team.
Stars aligned for him this week too, but that's a solid team overall.
He must be a Spectrum listener then.
Fingers crossed. Good
Yeah.
on him. That's wild.
What a wild gun that guy is. Hey, let's get into the Supercoach talk. So let's start with TLT. So with the Roosters versus Sharks, Hiroti comes in for the injured Ramian. I know Jesse's a big fan of Hiroti. Is he on your radar quickly?
He's not on my radar in a classic sense because I don't know if he's really going to hold the spot down long enough. But for any draft heads out there, there's probably a 99% chance he's on your waivers. I think he's a very viable shout for a waiver pickup this week for sure. Hiroti had great base last year. He looked dangerous like every game that he played. So yeah, I think on that side I'd be looking at him. He's probably a bit too pricey to buy in classic for the short term, but either way, I think he's got good value in a draft sense.
Trav, just quickly.
Jimmy, talk to me about Savala. He's been
Just-
named at centre for Billy Smith.
Just quickly, did you want to start on Thursday night's games? Bulldogs Penrith?
I mean, I could, but we've just started talking about Roosters Sharks, so let's do that.
Savala.
Based on the way that we wrote our TLT takeaways, Jimmy. Thank you, mate. And you were the one that wrote that, so let's put that out there.
Well, it's on the Instagram correctly. I just quick look, but all good. A few too many beers for you tonight, Trav. All good.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's do that one.
Savala at centre. No interest at the moment. Yeah. Interesting, though. I would have picked maybe a junior to come through, but yeah.
I was
Savala's
hoping for
gone
that
there.
when I heard that Billy Smith was out. I thought Junior Tupu would be named, and I reckon because once he gets that spot, I don't think he's going to lose it.
Yeah, I agree.
I think
Burns
it's about Tommy
continues-
Talau too.
Yeah. No, he's out, isn't he? Season injury? ACL or something?
No, he's on the bench.
Is he?
He's in the 19. I
That's
thought he was out too.
Yeah.
He's in the 19. Wacky.
Burns continues to start over Nickera. Nickera is coming off the bench. That's huge news because Nickera was very well talked about in pre-season.
100%. I'm surprised Nickera's still not got his spot back. It was a broken nose, and Burns has just taken it 2 hands, and he's freaking killing it too. So it's a good spot for him to keep. Like, he's obviously won it at the moment on merit, but yeah, it's gonna be very hard to keep Nickera out of the side. Jeez, unreal.
And last on that game is Radley returns to lock. Jesse, as the Roosters fan, talk to me about this and how that affects everything.
Look, I've been pretty vocal about it. I'm just very over Radley. I think they've got a brighter future. Connor Watson in the 14, it's like his specialty there. But either way, like, you've got 3 guys on the bench that can do 13 better than Radley can in his current state. I like it for Wong. I think it's going to lock his spot down a little longer, and they're probably still playing silly buggers with the Butcher boys. But yeah, look, I just think Radley's time's coming to a bit of an end, and I hope I don't see him get knocked out in the first game back again, because it's probably likely to happen. And then if that happens, I just don't expect to see him again for the rest of the season. So I hope it goes well for him, genuinely. Like, he's obviously a class player. He was. I just think, yeah.
Correct
the future
me if
is
I'm wrong
now.
there.
Change it.
His suspension was downgraded to 6 weeks, to 5 weeks instead of 10. I thought he wasn't back until around 10.
They counted the international games. The Ashes series is counting.
Yeah, of course they did.
Convenient for the Roosters.
Yeah, how convenient. All right, let's go to the Thursday night game based off Jimmy's, great correction. Thanks, man. Bulldogs versus Penrith Thursday night. We've got Bronson Cherren's exile is over as he comes in for the injured Stephen Crichton. Are you interested in that? Because a lot of people were interested in Stephen Crichton. Cherry's numbers aren't bad. They're not great. They're not superstars, but they're not bad. Is that something to talk about?
Bronson?
Yeah.
Not particularly. I think the second Critter's even a sniff of being relatively fit, he's going to get punted again. I just feel like he's not, after the last couple of weeks, I just don't feel like he's really wanted at the club, and it's obviously a necessity for them at the moment. He's there because they need a centre, and it would be rude of them and foolish of them to not play him. But what I do think might happen is the wingers will swap, because they're back in this side now. They've played this structure. They played it last season. Wouldn't you just pair up Montoya and Cherry again and just go, there's that side
Agreed.
sorted out? Otherwise, then you've got like a centre. You've got a winger playing over on the opposite side in the first place, outside of the centre who's not there anymore. It's too much. I think safety first. Just go back to what it was last year. That's exactly how it was, obviously with Critter not in there. Tuala's been decent. Like, Tuala's been pretty impressive, to be fair.
70s.
So I think, yeah, like, he's been playing well. So I think if they do that, and it just goes back to how it was last season with Tuala replacing Crichton on that side, they'll probably be better off for it. And I like it more for Carraz too, being outside Galvin and Preston, because it seems like the ball's going that way more. So, yeah, I'll be interested to see how they line up, because I think it's probably going to have a lot of ramifications on the other Dogs players and not Cherry himself.
And Jimmy, we've written Kenny returns from suspension. Do you think that makes any impact on the Panthers, boys?
Well, I thought it was going to be a massive out for him last week against the Storm, and then they put 50 on him. So I don't think it matters who's in and who's out for Penrith at the moment. I think they're just going to start putting cricket scores on everyone.
I honestly think that they're going to put a cricket scorer on this Bulldogs team. Holy moly, unfortunately.
PC Cleary.
Dragons Manly Friday afternoon. Tyrell Sloan is the new fullback with Gutho nursing an injury, and apparently that Gutho injury is out for about 4 to 5 weeks. I think I saw today. So that's huge. And Setu 2 returns to the wing in place of David Farley, who's been suspended. Kyle Flanagan returns from concussion and shifts to the halfback, with Atkinson moving to 5'8". There's a lot of news here in this Dragons team that has some pretty big Supercoach chat, I think. And I think, and I want to start with that. Are you interested in Tyrell Sloan at fullback?
What do you reckon, Jimmy? I don't know. I can't get on board with it.
Is it 4 or 5 weeks? It's a decent spell, isn't it?
Yeah,
It
it's
is.
about
It's
it's at least a
supposed to be.
month.
Yeah,
At
it's
least a
supposed
month.
to be around Origin period. If he's lucky, it'll be about 10.
And they've got a pretty good run, if I remember correctly. Like, it's not
It's
the
good
worst
for anyone
yet.
else.
It's not the worst yet. I'm not doing it personally, but I think if you're looking for a pod, definitely.
Well,
He's got CT done, doesn't he?
CT Dub playing
Yes,
full
he
win.
does.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
he
that-
does. Problem is, he's almost 500k. So it's kind of like one of those things. You're still paying up for him. He's not a cheapie by any means, and he's got a career average of 52 as a fullback. So he's not far off what his current price tag is, and they look like
They do.
I don't even want to go
Yeah.
into how badly they're playing. So it's one of those things. Is he going to be the second coming? You know, is he going to pull the Dragons out of this slump?
They
He's
can't play
priced
any
at what
worse,
he's
though, can
averaged.
they?
Well,
They can't
you say
play any
that,
worse.
and I just imagine a couple poor defensive reads. Sloan gets done. He's got pace to burn, but it's about all. So, you know, he wasn't the answer years ago
No.
because they've gone back to Sloan plenty of times. He was never the answer before. I can't imagine he's going to be the answer now. But again, he's the best they've got. So, team needs a bit of spark.
Is Tua play this week against Manly as a sit v start?
Yep. Definitely.
If you've still got him, yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to it.
What about the chatter around Dan Atkinson moving to 5'8" with Flano pushed to the 7? Does that, if you're holding Atco still, for those people out there, I know none of us are, or you are, Jimmy? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, how do you feel about that?
Give me
I
that
actually like
6.
it. Yeah, I love it.
Give me that
I love
5'8".
Yeah, where you can
Yeah.
just unlock his running game more and just let Kyle deal with all the setting up the team and all that, and just let Flano run out the back of shape and find some holes. I think he'll kill it there.
This is
I
how I
agree.
thought it would be when they signed Atco. This is literally how I thought it was going to be, because last year you look at Flanagan and you're like, he's not getting out of that 7. You can tell he's a favourite. Atkinson was a 6 at the Sharks. You may as well play him at 6 here, considering. This is the way they should have run round 1. So, yeah, I like it. Dual incoming. It's good.
Totally agree with you, boys. All right, let's move to Manly. Winger Jason Saab returns from suspension. Falalo slides to the interchange. That's harsh because I thought he was pretty good last week. I really like him. I think he's a really good player. And that's about it for Manly. Is there anything else you want to touch on that game?
No, Manly went right a fair bit, which was interesting. If Saab can get on the end of a few turbo balls and cross over the line, he maybe becomes relevant, but until then, no.
I think it's more the Olakau'atu ball he's got to look out for.
Yeah, shit, yeah.
He was freaking
Yep.
monstrous last week. He
was.
was world beater. So another week like that, or even, it's a great matchup for Manly. Like foreigners come in, they went ballistic last week, and now they're playing probably the worst form team in the competition. They're going to start building some momentum. I think Manly's got a lot of assets to look at the moment because they're quite cheap.
Man, after watching Ola Kawadu last week, man, I want him in my team so bad.
Dangerous.
Broncos versus the Cowboys in a Queensland derby. It's been a while since there's been a Queensland derby, Jesse.
Probably last week.
The Broncos. So after stepping in with some success for the injured Reece Walsh last week, Jesse Arthurs goes to fullback. Now, I've actually been sent 5 teams, Jesse. One that I know you got sent as well, that had Jesse Arthurs in as a trade. Are you, like I said to them, don't. But what's your thoughts, boys?
I would probably avoid it, to be fair. You just don't know what to expect. I don't really want to play that game unless they're cheap, which I'm pretty sure Arthur's is another one, like Sloan, who's priced up. What is Arthur's currently priced at? 425. He got a 70 last round with a try too, I think. It's not a bad price for his current score with a 24 break even, but he's got 2 games as a fullback previously, a 43 in 80 minutes obviously, and a 50, which was in 2020. So he's only played 2 games of proper fullback in his career. Neither were outstanding, but it's a good matchup. It's a good matchup against the Cows. I just think it's a very, very temporary play for someone who's not bottom dollar. I wouldn't do it.
Jimmy, do you agree?
I do. Who would you go between Sloan or Arthurs if you had to this week?
This week,
Arthurs in the better team.
I would say Arthur's this week as well, just because, you know, Manly could be on the up. The Cows are so shaky all the time, regardless, and he is just a better team overall. So, yeah, they're both very
Good
much
question.
the same mould, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, aren't they? But there are people buying them. So, like I said to you, I legitimately have had 5. I know one of them went straight to Jesse as well. So, there are people out there considering it. So, it's not a bad pot. I don't hate the move of Arthur's, especially because Walsh is out for a few weeks, isn't it? So, like,
Well, he could be out longer than Gutho. That's the thing. Walsh is probably going to be out the same, if not 2 more weeks longer than Gutho.
Yep.
So they're both going to give you the same amount of game time. They're both at a similar price point, similar break-evens. Take a punt on who's got the better run of games.
And I
If you
hate
want to
old
do that,
boys.
if you're a Keeney owner, you could probably do one of them.
Absolutely
Keeney.
hate old boys with hammy injuries too. I think that could be devastating for Gutho.
That's about it. Like Reynolds has been named, but Duffy's named on the extended bench, so there's a bit of a standby for that. But that's about it for the Broncos. In the Cowboys, only really O'Donnell's been named on an edge for McIntyre, but other than that, there's no real interest in that team, is there?
Geez, if you got on Purdue early enough, well done. And Clifford. Clifford's just gone ballistic, but yeah, I think Purdue's the guy. He's freaking nuts. Both centers are performing so well, even in beaten sides. Doesn't matter. Like Chester and Purdue have just been so impressive. And Drinkwater, you need a fullback this week. The bloke, since everyone got rid of him, he's been pumping out 90s for fun. So yeah, truly bottomed out. I think still a great asset.
Yeah, 100%. Couldn't agree more. Let's move on to the Rabbitohs versus the Raiders. So the Bunnies, basically Stewart comes in for the injured Savage. For the Raiders. Stewart comes in for the injured Savage. No interest there, are there, boys?
No.
No, there's no real... Basically, the Raiders are pretty quiet, really, which is interesting.
Well, Simi's still a good buy, I would say. He's still doing it. Tomoko's gone. He's not even on the bench. He's been dropped again. So any question marks about his position long term, I think, have kind of been proven this round with the fact that that spot is Simi Sasangi's now. I don't think Tomoko's taken it off him, genuinely.
And Simi Sasangi is still a great buy.
Still a great buy. Still a good price. Still low, very low break even. I don't think it's negative anymore. I love it. I won't be doing it, unfortunately. He might get away from me.
It's also wheels up for Martin as well. He keeps the spot and keeps gaining coin. So
Yep.
He's a beast as well.
And then on the Rabbitohs side, we welcome the Big Cheese for his first game of the year. And, geez, I think he's going to add some much-needed grunt force to an already pretty big force and pack of the Rabbitohs. Boys, are you... Jimmy, you're a Cheese owner, aren't you? You brought him in last week.
I brought him in last week to free up some coin for this week, and I actually think he's going to play quite a big role. I think Mamazoulis is on the bench. And
Mamazoulis is 14, yep.
Yeah.
So is Garlic.
Yeah, I think Cheese will likely play some time through the middle throughout the game. So I think he could still get 60, 70 minutes. I think it's a very good buy. Definitely a watch, but if you don't know.
Yeah. I think to start, especially like beginning first couple of rounds, I don't know if he plays the big minutes. It's been too long. He looked good through the preseason. I think he'll warm into it. I think he's still definitely going to be a watch, and I'd like to see him probably in 2 weeks' time, what his break even looks like, and the minutes kind of pick up a bit, because having Mamazelis and Garlic there on the bench, with that bench, entirely with like Sullivan there too, it's very small.
And Kepi.
It's a very weird looking bench.
Yeah, which is why I can see Cheese playing through the middle, because it's such a small bench, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's done that role before.
For sure.
I agree with Jesse. I just don't see big minutes. I see maybe a 30, 40-minute stint in this game, maybe 2 games, if not 3, and he just really gets bled into this year. Like, I really just think it's just going to be a really slow process for him. I'm excited. Cheese is one of my favourite players. I just love the way he goes about things. But yeah, like I'm happy not owning him, but I also know that the second I see him get 50, 60 minutes, he's gonna be in my team.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be a pretty handy downgrade at some point for your hooker cash to free up, because I don't think even after he has a price rise, he's not going to go 100k up in a week. It's going to
Yeah.
be a slow burn off the start, and I think it just gives you time. I've got Iowelu, and I might be waiting 3 weeks to drop him down just to take that 15k out of him, but just to see what Cheese is doing in the meantime, probably safer.
I just don't see Cheese in 3 weeks making any money. Really, I just can't. I can't see it making much at all because I just don't see the minutes in him. I think I really do. When you're naming Mamazelas, who's a straight up hooker, and Garlic, who's a straight up hooker on your bench, I just can't see. I can't see minutes really for him.
Yeah, but
Yep,
none of
I
them
agree.
are Dally M winning hookers of the year, are they? Which is what Cheese
Yeah,
is.
but let's be honest. When was Cheese?
A long
few
time
years
ago.
back, yeah.
Storm vs Warriors. Geez, I'm excited about this game. Howarth returns back to the centre. Moses Leo pushes out to the wing. Mania goes to the bench, and STB Tuamaladu Brown drops out. It's like Varlepu was named on the bench but wasn't used last week. He was also there as well. Is there any other news on the Storm that you want to mention, Jimmy? We might go with you first.
No, if you held Leo, it's a good sign. I probably prefer him on the wing, actually. Maybe scores a few more tries out there than stuck inside Munster, who doesn't pass at the moment. So I think much of a muchness. There's nothing too outrageous from the Storm.
I agree.
And go, yeah.
Cooper,
You've got something.
sorry,
Jesse?
Cooper Clark, dual
Yes.
incoming.
That's where I was
Um,
going.
Yeah, keen to see how he plays out too. I think this might be his second game named at 2RF, so
It is.
Blore is looking like he might return next week, and Lasardi's
Correct.
looking like 3 weeks away. So if Clark gets another game to start, which has every chance he could next round, you'll get that duel in the future, which is pretty handy because providing the other two come back, you just get yourself another duel if you need a cheapie. But yeah, that's pretty much all I'd say.
Warriors, the loss of Metcalf. So he's done a hamstring, comes back for a couple of weeks, does a hammy, he's out. That brings Chanel Harris Tavita, which I actually much prefer at 5'8", to be honest, for the Wars. Adam Pompey was named, but he has been given a 2-week suspension for taking it for the downgrade, so he is out. With Chance Nickel Clockstad named at the centres again, with Tane to a picky at fullback. Anything you want to talk about on the Wars side, guys?
They might start winning games again with Harris Tavita. So they might be pretty happy about that.
It's a sly little dig there, Jesse.
Well, not really. They were flying. They were flying. They were beating everyone. And then Metcalf comes in, they start losing everything. So, don't know if it's related, but Harris Tavita's a good little player, man. The team is as is, to be honest. Nickel Clockstad, third game at CT Dub. There's his duel. We'll get that in round 12 because he's missed it this week. But, yeah, otherwise, they are as named. A few dudes sort of topping out price-wise as well. Jackson Ford and the like. But who are you going to? Front row is such a freaking wasteland. You may as well keep him.
If you owned Boyd, would you be selling him now with Metcalf out?
Boyd's got a monster break even at the moment too. He's going to start either he's properly capped out 750 odd. I can't see the prices, so I'm just thinking about what I'd saw. But yeah, look, if you want to take the bank on him and then spend another 50, 60 and go to Nico, I can't knock that because you're going to get the max pedigree out of it. But if he just goes back to the Andrew Johns of the first 5 rounds, I think you're probably safe to hold him. Melbourne look a bit busted, so.
Tanner Boyd, 117 break even, 748.8k. Look, I think the Storm do look busted, but I don't know.
Still Melbourne.
It's still
Melbourne too,
Melbourne
and they always
on 3 in a row.
They smack the Warriors every time too.
They do.
17
time.
in games in a row, says the random stats guy. So, interesting.
Yep.
Eels
Take the
versus... Yeah, look, I would. I would.
Yeah, I
I
would.
would trade out Boyd. I just think if he goes and gets a 50 this week, you're going to lose a lot of cash. Plus, then his break even just goes even further through the roof. It's not
Yep.
something I play. He did what you wanted him to do. It was always going to be a short play. However, I do understand what you're saying, Jimmy, in terms of
The
with
role
Metcalf
changes
out and what
again,
he was
doesn't
doing.
it?
Yeah.
The role changes again, and I think I can't see him scoring less than 80 against the Storm this week, but
It's just
on the
such an
minority.
anomaly of a season. It's a hard one with him too, because you don't have this reference. You don't have this sample size of him doing this ever. So you're basically
Yep.
punting on him to continue this form or re-find it. But I would still be cashing out personally.
Yeah, and I'm not a Boyd
Eels-
owner, just to
No.
clarify.
Yeah,
Eels
neither am I.
Titans. So Namva starts for the injured Simonson. Unfortunately, Tweedle is out. I think he did an AC joint, so I think he's out for a very long time, which is such a shame because he scored 10 tries in he scored 2 tries in like 10 seconds. Pushed out an 80 odd. Pushed out to went to the fullback for a little bit, and I sat there at the end of that game thinking, hell yeah, I can piss off one of these cheap centres, and now I find out he's out for most of the year. Do you boys know much about this Namva fella?
He's actually halfback only as well, Trav, so that would have ruined your party altogether.
Twiddle.
Yeah, Twiddle, sorry.
Yeah, he is. He's halfback only. It's an odd one too, but
Yeah.
I'd imagine they fixed that up pretty quick. What a shame. Could have been something special, man.
I would have just pushed Turbo to fullback, Keeney to flex, Keeney down to Twiddle, and just left Dewey and clear him a halfback, and I would have been sweet. And then
You can still do
get
it.
rid of that. I can get rid of that Keeney problem, but no.
So, just having a quick squiz at Araz Nanva in the reserve grade. So, he's got 27 games playing as a centre. 3 of them this season, averaging 35, so nothing amazing. 22 games last season, averaging 55. He scored 9 tries last year with that as well. So, the base is about a 30-ish, give or take. And you'll pretty much just be getting a stock standard Eels centre, I would imagine, doing this. Not appealing for me, unfortunately, with this kind of output, but
Not just yet with his
Cheap
first
enough.
game. He hasn't played yet, has he? So it's his first
No.
game. Let's
Plenty
just
of
wait
time
and
to
see.
wait.
But let's be honest, there he is being bought. People are looking at him, but and I think just wait and see. Don't buy this guy early. And that's about it. Penasini's back from his groin injury. He goes to the centres, and Ronald Volkman gets a game in the 5'8". But otherwise, for the Para, unfortunately, they've just got. Man, they're like a hospital ward at the moment, unfortunately, and there's a few injuries there for everybody. Anything you want to add just quickly with the Para before I go to the Titans?
nope, not for me.
I'll quickly throw something in. If you can get Penasini off your waivers in your draft comp, I think he'll be sitting there. I think he's a handy pick.
Waivers are on tonight, so if you listen to this at midnight, which is probably when it's going to get uploaded, get on to Penasini.
Yeah, outside Moses.
Yeah,
He's
even
always good for a
even
point.
even Brian Kelly's too. I've seen him in a few waivers out there as well. I think people are just trying to avoid a couple of the Eels backs. They're all just a bit hot and cold. So it's a good matchup though. Titans, you'd always take a punt on them.
Yeah. Titans-wise, Josh Hannay has stuck with the exact same squad. He has not made many changes at all. Any thoughts there?
Probably should.
He probably should. I'd like to
Yeah,
see Tino
I'm
back at
so-
lock ASAP.
I'm so glad you boys said that, because that's kind of where I was kind of trying to push you into. I can't believe that there's been nothing. Sneaky captain choice there is JC, by the way.
Oh, he's always a good shout, but I just don't know what Hannay's not seeing. Just do it again, boys. Do it again next week, and we'll see what changes. But yeah, I still feel like a lot of them are sells, especially the Keenies of that variety. Jaden Campbell, I think you could put him out there with 11 pieces of wood, 12 pieces of wood, and he'll kill it. So there's too much of it going blur. I think the guys that are obviously performing well, the Aramahos and that kind of thing, they're still performing good enough, and they're still getting their base numbers. You just keep them. But God, I have no appeal in so many of these players at all.
Tigers versus Knights. Very keen for this for Sunday afternoon. West Tigers, Lou Lilly is banned for a week. Jimmy, that hurts you a little bit, but you probably would have played in this weekend.
Yeah, I would have, which is a bit disappointing. I'm kind of hoping Skelton doesn't kill it, so he comes back in. So we'll see how that goes.
Yep. That's about it. Otherwise, that's the only change. Skelton in for Lilly, based off that suspension for the mid-air tackle on Bailey Simonson, and the Knights round 5 debutant Wilson D. Corsi retains his place in the centres. With the Bradman best long-term injury, I think, isn't it? Groin.
Yep.
And otherwise, it's the same team and same places. Thoughts, boys?
Do we see Sharp potentially go out to the centres when Brown comes back in a week or two?
Nah, I think
No.
I don't think Sharp's
pretty-
going to change from that spot.
Everyone's pretty locked that Sandon has to keep playing at 7, but Brown's got to come
Well,
back
they didn't
in.
start with Sandon, and they won games without him then. He's only come in because Dylan Brown was injured. I think Fletcher Sharp has held that 5'8". Sandon Smith probably goes back to his 14 role.
Could you see that little Purdue role, though? Running quick outside back?
Mate, to be honest, if I was Holbrook and I was the coach of the Knights, I'd be punting Fletcher Sharp out that way or off the team and putting Sharp at fullback. But what do we know?
Fletcher Hunt. Yeah, it's too confusing. Too many Fletchers, too many mullets, and too many players playing the same position. You know, this is always the thing that the Knights would have. But conveniently enough, they lost, 2 of their best players, 3 of them even with Sharp, and they were able to fill the gaps because they had so much in excess. So, yeah, it was very, very lucky for them. But, God, they've got some bloody appealing dudes, don't they? Dom Young keeps doing the damn thing. It's just so tempting because the Knights are going right. You know, their attack is very Holbrook-esque. It's going right. So,
Isn't it? Yep.
Yeah, it's very much what you could have just predicted. Hey, who did it last season? Jojo. We're just scoring tries for fun out with Sammy.
Yes.
But yeah, look, it's happening again, and we know that Dom Young's that lethal. I think he's probably worth a shout, worth a buy-in for sure. Dane Gagai,
I was
really
going to
low
say,
break-even.
what about Gagai? I'm
Yeah, it's
surprised
that
you didn't
edge.
start with him.
Yeah, both of them. Honestly, both of them are really good. I can rave on about the 1 to 5 or 1 to 7 most of the time for this team, but yeah, they're actually performing outrageously good. So I love them. I love all the buys at the back line. Obviously, DeSaucy's a bit of a funny one because he's kind of waiting for best. I want to see what happens with Marzu too. It's a bit of the unknown, but where they know things are happening well is on the side that they can attack strongly, and it's the right hand. So get a few pods, man. Both dangerous.
Let's move on. So I've got a little bit of a... Oh, sorry, Jimmy. Do you want to say something?
No, I was just going to say, did Marzu score 2 tries for 80-odd as well?
I don't know. Did he get an 80 odd? He's good, man.
He is good.
But 2 tries is usually pretty below his par. He usually gets... Yeah, he got 83. And that was off the back of... When it wants to freaking load up. Yeah, it was 2 tries. 2 tries, with only 1 line break. So... Pretty low base-wise for him.
Score, is it?
No,
Yeah.
No,
not at all.
Margie
But
loves a line break and a tackle bust.
to be fair, his base has been down looking at the last few games. Rounds 1, 2, and 3, he scored a try each in one of these games, and it was 73, 56, and a 70, which is, very Marzu without those tries. So,
Yeah, well.
yeah, without him, like the Dogs game, was a 43. So, yeah. Give me Dom Young.
Key talking point for this one, boys. So let's do this as a bit of a quick fire. It's a bit of a hold, sell conversation around our cheapies and middies that we've all got. So I'm going to throw a name to you. If you say sell, is it an immediate sell or is it a sell in next week or the week after? And if it's a hold, are you holding for long term or are you holding till Origin, or sort of have a bit of a think about that? The first one I'm going to throw to you is Jimmy Aramara Ho. Is he a hold or a sell?
I think he's a hold for the moment, definitely, and probably for the foreseeable future. That's where I'm leaning at the
100%
moment.
agree.
Yep.
Minus
Look,
8
I
break
could not
even.
agree with you. -8 break even, 498.4 Ks, just been pushing out 60s without even breathing. He's averaging 68. I think that's an easy one. Agreed.
Yep.
Yeah, hands down. Keep him forever.
Jesse,
Looks good.
Moses, Leo, hold or sell?
Moses Leo. Well, I'm conveniently not a Leo owner. And I'm kind of glad that I never went down that route because I was very close to. 317.5k, 48 break even. I think he's a sell if you want to upgrade. I don't think there's very viable options below him anymore. I don't think it's worth going sideways because you've seen two different sides of the coin with him. One huge base game, monstrous, and just a couple shockers where he didn't get anything. So, what do you work with? He's played 4 games. If I was gun to head, I'd be selling him to find another way around it. But if you need a player this week, he's not a bad play either. It's just I don't see him being anything you're gonna want long term.
Jimmy, Macassini, hold, sell?
I think he's a definite hold for the moment, but I've seen a few people starting to throw up selling him. I think once he gets out to the wing, that's when you'll see him start to unleash a bit more.
Currently 0.7% traded out, so not many are saying that, but he's got a break-even of 29 and he's 332k. Is it
Just
still...
around the creator space, I've heard a few people toss it up now just to go down to what's the other Tigers winger that's base price. What's his name? Tavana, is it?
Tavana.
Yeah, just to free up 100 odd k. So I see that point, but I think he's just a hold for now. Don't waste a trade.
Cool.
It's a trade used, yeah.
Yeah, Jesse Chester.
Oh God, keep him, far out. He might be the Purdue that I had last year, where I went from round 1 through to the end of the year not trading him. Incredible base numbers. He's got a dual fullback CT dub. He's currently my fullback too. So valuable to have. He's 100% hold for me. 350k. He can probably double that before I'd worry about moving him on. 15 break even. Staying in my team.
That's a massive call, and I like it. Jimmy Falmani.
He's scoring 40s without much attack at all, really. I think he's a hold. I see why people are... you've got the numbers there. Are people trading him out, Trav?
He is traded out in 0.8%, has a break-even of 22, he's at 286k.
Yeah, he's just a hold for the foreseeable future. Unless you're going right up to a Casey Mclean or someone like that, I don't think it's worth the trade at the
68
moment.
people are. His most popular trade out is to Tavana. If I was to sell anyone, he would be my first CT dub out.
I actually have a sneaky little play of him this week against Para, and they're injured, and their hospital injury list.
Against Fox.
I've got next on the list. Jesse is set to 2. Hold or sell?
Well, I sold him last week, and I would probably be still in the camp of selling, just because again Farley's out. He might just replace him again next week, and then you've got the Gutho thing coming up in a couple of weeks' time, and then Sloan might replace him. Then he hasn't made what you really want out of him. I think if you've got him, you're either playing him this week with a reserve or you're trading him down to like Tavana and taking some coin. I don't think it's anything you want.
Noah Martin, Jimmy, talk to us.
He's a hold and he's borderline season keeper if he keeps playing like this. He made 60 tackles on the weekend, and that's a great base.
For 76 points.
You can't argue with that at all, can you?
Nope. Freak.
Absolute freak. Jonah Pezzett, we have him on our buy, hold and sell post that was posted today. Jesse, talk to us about Jonah Pezzett.
Jonah Pezzett for me is currently a hold. I don't think he's pressing enough to be an issue. If he's your 5'8" number 1 and you went with that approach of the double cheapies or enough and him, you have to sell him, obviously. It's got to be made. You don't have one. For anyone else that actually has a starting 5'8", don't worry about Pezzett right now. It's the last of your concerns, genuinely. He might even just come back in a month's time. You probably still have him. and then he'll just continue to chip away at what he's doing. But that 14 is going to stump his price at 360. He probably won't make any more than that, if any. There's just no one to go to. You got Joe Ash, but I still probably wouldn't waste a trade.
Do you think Pezzett... well, first of all, does Moses play Origin?
No.
Oh, God. I would assume so. Genuinely.
If you legitimately think Moses plays Origin, which I think that's what happens, I'm going to hold Pezzett in the hope that he comes back in a month's time, Moses goes to Origin, and Pezzett is a bit of a play and a number over Origin period of some sort as their halfback.
He misses round 12, and he misses round 16, and he misses round 20. So as far as buy coverage goes, it's not great. So he might not be the guy, but again, he is a very, very safe, viable 582 that you never have to play. So if you needed coin and you needed to find 150 odd K, you can just nuff that spot out and just forget about it because it's all he is at the moment anyway. Otherwise, yeah, genuinely, I would just forget he exists in your team and just look elsewhere and just focus on your starting lineup. Don't waste a trade.
Daniel Atkinson, Jimmy?
Similar to Pezzett, except he's going to keep playing. I think the role change makes him a hold at the moment and just see where it takes him.
Good call.
I agree.
Jesse, Ethan Sanders.
Sanders. Whoa. Jeez. I think if you've got an opportunity to trade, then you do. But let me just bring up Sanders. You don't have Sanders' numbers there in front of you, do you?
Yeah, I do.
What's he priced at now? 335 with a 44 break even. Mass traded out too. This is what I was worried about with Sanders into the preseason. I just think he doesn't have that in him. He's got those 30s and 40s. Look, I'd be selling. He's on the way back down. Who are you going to go to though? You're not going to Atkinson from him. There's no point. Just find yourself an extra 350k if you could find it, and get yourself Dewey.
I agree with that one. Jimmy Chan. Joe Chan.
A little bit controversial, but I think he's becoming a sell soon. I think he's BE's 70 odd this week, and he's a hold.
74.
Yeah, he's probably a hold, but I've got him penciled in for a trade in the next couple of weeks to take advantage of that coin.
577k is made 267k, goes up against the Waz. Geez, I'm looking forward to that edge battle between the Waz and the young Storm. Both of them with Lecker the Wrecker and Laban, and then you've got Chan and Clark on the other side. I'm very keen for that. He's been pushing up 50s. Like at the worst, I think he's going to get a 50. I'm pretty happy to keep Chan there, and he's not going to drop that far with that. And then look at maybe next week.
He's not going to drop far. It's just the money he's made. Like that was his role, was to make 200-300k, and he's done that. So when do we go to Hudson Young, Lucas, KPP now? So
now,
that's the trade you want
for sure.
Jesse Paseka.
He's a hold for me. Front row is a bit of a dog's breakfast, and he's putting out 50s. So I wouldn't play him if I could avoid it. When I had to play him, he shit the bed. So.
Even
outside of that, he's been this week. I'm not playing him this week.
Against the Dragons?
Against St. George. Yeah, against St. George could be good, but if they start belting him and it's all attack and it's really not getting him much more minutes through the middle, I don't think he's got much of a try-scoring thing under his belt outside of tackling and a few hit-ups. I expect Manly to just friggin' attack ballistically down the wings and just murder the Dragons, and I don't think Paseka gets too involved in that. A bit more of a gritty defensive battle, maybe I'll take a punt on it, but yeah, I think he's more base than anything. I'm holding. I think his price is decent enough to hold and not worry about. 390. Yeah.
29 break even, I think.
Yeah. Hold on.
Jesse Colquhoun.
This for me is, if you have him in front row, you leave him. If you have him in 2RF, I think he's probably a trade. Just think at front row, there's no point wasting trades anymore there. So that's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, a 40 break even plays the Roosters off the bye. I think Roosters didn't play last week. He's 438. Does that change anything? Do you think he's
Not at
going to
front
get
row.
more minutes than the 40? Like he's going to get pushed up to that 50 odd? Like he played 38 last week against the Waz and got a 40. Like that's his break even right now.
Yeah, so he's not going to lose money.
There's that. I just don't think he's got much more in him.
Yeah. If you can get the 300k to your Ola or KPP this week, I'd do that for sure.
He's far away, isn't he? Definitely
Jesse,
not a buy.
Jesse, talk to me about Trey Mooney.
Trey Mooney. God, I wish I could sell him. The minutes are concerning, to be fair. It's the problem. Like, his PPM is good. It has been. It's just his minutes are just not there. Kind of expecting more. He got 48 last week in 40 minutes, which the 48 you'll take. But the 40 minutes I just don't want to take. And he's considering he was sitting in my front row 2 position, like many people. It's not what we wanted. So look elsewhere. He's going to start losing coin. We just need a game. We just need that one game where he can just get himself a big score or a try just to restart that cash again or just to halt the drop. But I would be selling if I could this week.
Now?
Yeah.
I am all
There's
over
no
that.
point. Yeah,
Jimmy,
no point holding.
I've left this one for you. Cody Walker.
He's my 5'8" with Peasant, so it's just one of those positions I don't want to waste trades in at all, and I'm not paying 700k for Clifford, so he's just going to sit there for now till I have more coin.
It's like a
What about that
70-point swing from him to a good 5'8" too per week. It's a lot of points.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you mean Cliff? Do you mean Purdue? You're not paying 700k for Purdue?
Well, Clifford's 687. Like,
Yeah, he's up there too.
yeah, I'm not paying that for any 5'8s.
I'm so happy I got off Cody Walker and went to Purdue weeks ago. Gosh.
But you still got Kinney, so you can't really talk.
Jesse, Helam Lukey, talk to us.
Elam Lukey is a season keeper. Don't even look at trading him. The only time you'll worry about trading Lukey is if he gets injured. And that's it. He's
Simple as
sitting
that.
pretty. Yep.
Jimmy, Keanu Kinney.
So, like, a month ago, like,
Yep, I agree.
go on.
Failed experiment.
And Jesse, the last on the list is Mr. Fafita.
David Fafita. This is a funny one, hey. I think you could definitely warrant a sell for him. To the guys that, Jimmy was talking about earlier. I think you got to go up. You're turning Fafita into the gun you wanted him to be when you picked him at 450k. He's 530k now. He's averaging 61. It's just with the bloody position at centre wing, CRF, sorry. There's so many 75 averages. It's just not him. Like, he's not doing it. So
He hasn't
for
even gone
that-
up 100k. That's ridiculous.
no, he's gone up 46k, man. He was such good value, and he's gone up not even 50k so far. So, yeah, 68,
playing-
67, a 70, great. And then 66 minutes last week for a low 40s. So,
And he played
odd,
through the
very
middle as
odd.
well last week.
Yeah.
In his second spell, so really
not
concerning.
what we expected. Yeah.
No.
I'm holding him for the minute because I just don't think he's as pressing as some other issues are. But I'll be looking to trade him up to someone important and big in my team eventually. Probably the first guy I'll be looking at giving a big punt to.
Love that call, and he is definitely on my trade radar for this week. Trade-ins and outs, let's just do the top 10%. If there is anything that you need me to talk about or stop, do that. But quickly, I'm just going to pull up a name. Jesse, I'll start with you. Reece Walsh has been traded 25.4%. Good trade out.
Yep, 100%. He should be being traded out by more, to be honest. He's out of my team.
Yeah, I think there's going to
It's
be
a
a few
no-brainer.
that'll
It's simple.
start doing that now.
Absolutely simple.
Jimmy, Payne Haas, number 2, 7.1%.
Yeah, I actually think he's a hold. I think if you've got him, you just keep him. But if you sell him now, you're not getting him till after Origin, I think. So that's where my head's at.
129
off.
break even, plays the Cowboys this week in a must-win game without Walsh there and potentially Reynolds. Like, do you not think that Haas is just everything's just going to go through him?
Not really.
You don't?
No,
I sold
not
him.
necessarily. I sold him as soon as the injury happened, and if I did have him still, and if I'd held him through the injury and the bad score last week, I'd still sell him. Honestly, I really would. I think you can just, if you've got Payne Haas, there's a good chance you don't have Alex Twal. Take the 200k before he loses 200k, and just get him back when he's fit and ready. You can do a lot more with it for now, honestly.
I'm not a Payne Haas owner, so it's easy for me to talk about. But, yeah.
Exactly.
Jonah Pezzett, we've spoken about. He is a hold. Trey Mooney, we've spoken about, is a sell. He's at 5.6% in the top 10%. Stephen Crichton, long-term injury, 5.5% being traded out. Agrew, that's definitely a trade out. His long-term injury.
We don't know that yet, but I still think he is. I think probably a couple of weeks, which you're not gonna hold Crichton for a couple of weeks with a shoulder injury anyway. With all the centre wings available, just get rid of him. Yeah.
Agreed.
Same price
And
as the Sangi, I think, too. So
Straight swap.
David Fafita, we have said, is either or a hold or a sell, but mostly a sell. Keanu Keeney's a sell. Tanner Boyd, we've sort of touched on, 2.9% being sold in the top 10%. We've touched on that. Ethan Sanders at 2.5%. We've touched on that. Jesse, I'll talk to you about this one. Valentine Holmes, 2.5% in the top 10%. I've gone to you because I know you're an owner. I already know what you're thinking about doing with this one, but also we put it in our buy, hold, and sell. What do you think, Jesse?
This one's cut me. This is very conflicting. I'm not sure, to be honest. As far as it stands, I'm going to call him a sell because I am selling him, and it would be hypocritical not to. So I think basically with Val Holmes, he's got 120 break even, but I don't like to look at the break evens as much with dudes that I plan on just holding indefinitely, because it's irrelevant. He'll make it back.
Hashtag the Payne Haas. And you said
hey, but the thing is, Haas is injured, and he's playing on lower minutes, and he's a bit injury, whatever is going on with him. Holmes isn't injured. There's no reason to. He's fit. He's there. He's playing. He's just in a shit side. And they've switched the halves over, which, I don't know, it could benefit him. It could not. I don't know. 120 break even, nothing great going on. It's more so the fact that there are bloody good centre wing options at his price. One named Casey Mclean.
I'll give you a quick rundown. He scored 54 against the Dogs, 94 against Melbourne, 80 against Eels, 75 against Titans, and then 30 against the Cowboys in a team that scored no points.
Yep.
I would happily keep Valentine Holmes if I had him.
Yeah. And that's why because I've had him for all those games. You remember, I started with Val Holmes.
Yeah.
I love this bloke. It's a hard one because I'm like, fuck, it's going to be one of those things. Is he going to do that? You look at the opposition, the 54 against the Dogs, round one. That was in Vegas. So, you do whatever you want with that one. The Melbourne game, Melbourne conceded a load of tries to centres, and I think I actually put him in the betting group to try for Val on that one because I was so confident on it.
Yep.
And it happened, because it was one of those things. The 80 against the Eels was shocking. It was atrocious. I don't know how we ended on 80. I was happy for it. And then the 75 against the Titans was another one of those games too. So it's like, the scores were there. I think that's the thing with Val, is like, he will still score his 60 to 70 in a shit team. And that's why he's such a good option.
And I'll just add on to that, Jimmy, because I think your point's really good. I personally, if I was holding Holmes, I feel like it's very luxurious, which is exactly the word that you've said, Jesse. And if I was in that position to make that and I was up in that top 5K, I can see it. Like, I really can. That's a move that you've got to make that I think is a really good call. Personally, myself, I can see keeping him, but geez, there's some really good options in that centre wing that we're actually about to talk about. So one of them, he's ranked at 7th in the top 10%, is 4.4%, and that's Casey Mclean. So if you're trading Holmes, Jesse, are you looking at going to Casey Mclean?
That's exactly what I'm looking at doing. And the reason for it too, like I would love to have both. And there's worlds where I have both in my team with different combinations that I've done. But the thing that's kind of making me do it now is the fact that there's 112 points of break-even difference, and they're currently the same price. So after this round, providing whatever happens score-wise, if they just get what they're projected to, they're going to be 100k apart in a week after being the same price this week. That move's never going to happen again. And then the following week after that, they'll probably be 180k apart. And then you're not doing it. Like, it's just not going to be possible. So I'll switch right up one and just wait for him to come back. I got off Preston last week, and a lot of people didn't think it was a great move because Preston's a keeper, which he is. But I moved it to Jenkins. Doubled my output, got more points. By more than double. So I just think with the way the Panthers are playing, I don't want to miss this. I've already got Jenkins, and that side's lethal. And they've got a run and a half coming up. So I'm swapping to that. But again, to the point that I mentioned, it is luxurious, you know.
But it is.
Doesn't need
but
to
I
happen.
it doesn't need to happen. But if you're in that top 10%, there's got to be some things that's got to change, and there's got to be some moves that you've got to make, and it's either going to push you to 20k or it's going to push you into the top 1k, and that's the type of move that I think is that move, right? It's either going to send you way away or it's going to help you move the other way. So I don't know. I like the call. I love those bold moves, though. I really do, and Jesse knows that full well. But yeah, I can see it. What about number 5 on the list, Jesse? And sorry, I'm avoiding you here, Jimmy, because you don't have Val Holmes. But Jesse, what about number 5 on the list, Simi Sasangi's 585Ks brought in just under 7% in the top 10%. Is he on your radar? And the reason I'll actually go, Jesse, and then I'll tell you why I avoided you there, Jimmy.
He is on my radar, and I love him at his price too. Negative break even. He's been a great buy for the last 2 weeks. You know, he's been a great buy since he started popping off. But I would say 2 weeks ago he was viable. And now he's still viable. This is kind of the last week to do it. He'll be 650k next week, and I just don't think he's much value at 650, even though he's got a great duel and he's probably still averaging 80. But again, out of the two, like, I'm just looking at what feels right and the pedigree behind it, and I just think Casey's got it, and Casey will do it all year, and I just don't know, like, as good as Simi's playing, it's like, well, when's the thing's going to change? Because I'm not going to take Simi over Casey. If that's the question. It's just not going to happen. But I love the buy. If I only had 590k to spend, hands down, he's the first person I'm looking at, without a doubt. But I've got 700k to spend, so I'm looking at Casey.
700k to spend, Jimmy. If you were going to pick between the two, who would you pick?
I think it's Casey as well. I'm actually going to throw you a rogue one because I love my rogue shouts, and I can't believe he's not getting mentioned. I actually really like Mark. I think he's the pod play that people aren't talking about with this Roosters run coming up, and I think he's going to be the one that takes me that route that you're talking about, Trav, where people aren't going. So I'm actually going to look at him, but I'd go Mclean between those two for sure.
Yep.
Let's go back to the top of the list. Alex Twal is number 1 in the top 10% at 13.2%. 680Ks, made 119 at break-even of 14. We put him on our buy list this week again. That's 2 weeks in a row. Is he still a good buy, guys?
Yeah, he is. And you know what? I'd still be happy to buy him at 650, which he'll be over, or give or take that around that price next round. And I still feel like he's a good buy then. And he might even be a good buy in a slight increase after that too. So if he's doing what he's doing, and this is the 12 this season that we're going to get, with big minutes, 80 minutes, 85 minutes, yeah, why not? Why not? There's no one else putting their hand up for it.
Big
I think
minutes,
he's,
and it's not even just the minutes, it's the attack that he's getting.
It's busy. It's a busy 80.
Yeah. And it's not even like, the attack isn't just, it's not mind-blowing attack, right? It's just hard work, busy attack that I really like out of it. And he's just, he's just insane. Jimmy, do you agree? Good buy?
Yeah, he's a great buy.
Number 2 on the list, Turbo at 12.6%. He's 728.8. He's made 35k, funny enough. He's got a break-even of 88 after that 72, which was HIA impacted, although he was supposed to come back, but Manly were steamrolling last weekend. Still a good buy.
Yeah, that's the easiest buy I've done all season, to be honest. Reece Walsh, the turbo, makes itself, doesn't it? I love it. That was the most terrifying first half of football I've watched without owning a single player. Hey, that was
The messages that
freaky.
you sent me, Jesse, were hilarious watching you.
I was,
Oh, and
oh man, I was just watching this, going, this is insane. I'm gonna get my pants pulled down watching this. The HIA was a blessing, genuinely.
oh, I was so ready with my messages. I had it all written around how I was going to stick this back into you there, Jesse, and it just didn't work out for me. Nico Hines, number 3 on the list, 7.2%. There is lots of creators. There are lots of people out there talking about Nico Hines. Boys, tell us, is Nico Hines an option? Are you buying him? I will throw something to you just quickly. I think in the next 12 games, Nico Hines does not play 3 of them.
Well, he doesn't play next week.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, so he misses out on round 7, which is next week. Then he misses round 12.
12.
And then he misses round 17. So it's a few
next 12
games
weeks.
missed.
But that's
Yeah,
all
it's
his
a few
buys
games
done
missed.
then.
But it is. But again, you're buying him this week, and you're going to miss him next week. I did that with the Trell, to be fair. I bought him for a week and then took the buy. Did it with Karaz. It's not the end of the world, but yeah, geez, he's expensive, and far out he's back to his best, isn't he? It's 2 big tons, 131, 140 odd. He's a great
plus
buy.
the 80, plus the 100.
Yeah.
You're always going to take an 80 from your halfback. If that was the worst he's going to do. I mean, against Penrith, he got a 41, but Jesus, that's Penrith. He's got a break even of 18 against the Roosters.
I know. He's going to be 900k next week.
Yeah. And Walsh Dim's the most obvious trade in the world if you didn't have Turbo.
Yeah, well, he's currently traded in number 1 mostly by Payne Haas, to be fair. Because 809, 808, they're the same price, and that's something you got to look at too. Payne Haas is about to drop a 50 on you again, and drop another 50 plus K, and Hines is about to just go the other direction. So I love that move. I'd be doing that if I had him. Like it more than the Walsh move. I think Turbo's the obvious play there.
Yeah.
Me too. Number 4 on the list is Tavana, centre wing fullback dual, plays for the Tigers, 201.4k, 7% in the top 10%, so he's 4th ranked trade in. Boys, Jimmy, let's go to you this time. Is he an option?
He's an option if you're downgrading those player monies like we're talking about, just to free up 100k, but I'm not
even then,
personally
Faye
buying
Marnie's not
him.
even 100k.
Yeah, so
70.
yeah, I don't think he's a massive buy, but people want him.
There's too many
People get him.
too many wingers, man. Because you've got Lalili to come back, you've got Stafford Toa, you've got
May's
Taylor
a
May.
week or two away.
There's too many. There's too many. I just want to see how that goes, because you'll get him in for a week and then he'll probably just get dropped.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
agreed.
so.
Simi Sasangi, we spoke about at 6.9%, is still a fantastic buy. Nathan Cleary at 6, at 5.4%. Geez, I'm surprised that that's actually so high. He's traded he's owned at 44%, and he's still being brought in at 5.4% in round 6. That's mind-blowing, boys.
44% owned too.
At the moment, yeah. He'll be 50%
still-
owned by the end of this round.
Yeah,
Currently more than half the comp don't have him, which is even more shocking.
Yeah.
Clearest
Next
buy.
on this, Casey Mclean, 4.5%. All right, so this is a really big talking point, and Jimmy, talk to me about this buy. Casey Mclean, 691, 37.2. I know Jesse has done more than touch on it in terms of what he's planning on doing. Do you think he's a buy elsewhere without that sort of Holmes connotation to what you're doing?
Yeah, so for me, it'd be a Walsh to McLean with Chester up. Jesse's already brought Chester to fullback too, so I can do it like that. I think he's a buy, 100%. I think he's a buy. I think he's going to keep killing it. I think that whole edge is going to keep killing it. So, yeah, I think get him while you can because he's going to be 800k very quickly.
Yep.
In the first 3 weeks, he got a 38, a 76, a 49, and then he's just gone 112, 104.
And the 38 was with a try too.
Yeah. Is that something to consider? Like,
yeah, of course it is.
Is the last couple of weeks an anomaly, or is he really actually going to start just going nuts?
Has the whole start of the season been an anomaly for Tom Jenkins?
No.
No. Well, yes, it has, but not like yeah. I think we all thought he was going to score tries and score pretty well, but doing what he's doing now is just bonkers. But I don't know if Casey Mclean is... I can't put Casey Mclean in the centres at the same as Jenkins.
You can't.
700k for a non-goal kicking CT dub just sounds ridiculous in your head, doesn't it? Like,
oh, yeah,
they're the ones you're paying up for.
I spent 790k last week on a try-scoring freak winger that's not goal kicking, you know? Like, sometimes you just got to take the punt. You're the guy on Casey too, Jimmy. Like, last season, you look at his scores, he got around 13, 14, he went big with his, 82, 84. The rest of the season before this, he's pretty much averaging 70. And then from round 19, where he got that run, it was a 70, 109, 77, 81, 85, 73, 101 at the end. Like, he's got to roll on. This team's very hot on that left side. IPAP's looking strong. Blaze is looking real good too. Like, everything on that entire edge is looking in sync. And I like it. I want more parts of it. So I've already got Jenkins. I think Casey's a good addition. But look, he's a lot of money. Like, I'll be honest. Like, 700k, I can go to Simi and take an 80 as well for 580k. For an extra 100k, I can get Hines. So I just got to find that. Like, there's so many things. I just like the feel of it. I just like the look of him in my team, and it's just a vibe.
Is this
That's where I'm
just
leaning.
a prime example of that last touch rule coming into play? Has it really boosted his stats?
Well, he hasn't missed an attacking stat.
And a few other
Toya.
centers. Yeah.
Toya's another one too. It's been a real beneficiary of the update as well, because he loves that flick over to Mark, and that's the same thing. You're putting Toya and Mark in the same position as you're putting Jenkins and Mclean. Like, they're both very complementing each other. He's not been a ball hog either, and he's still racking up some assists, Mclean. So last week he got 1 assist and a try. The week before he got 2 assists and a try, and then 2 assists the 2 weeks prior. So, like, he's getting his hands on the ball, man. It's definitely going that direction. It's
Love
it's all
it.
signs
Next
up.
on the list is Kai Pearce-Paul. Now, this is one of my favourites. I've just loved the way he has gone about his business this week, this year, in the first 4 games that he's played. 696.6. He's had a 92.1k price rise. He is averaging 92.3, fellas. And he has a break even of 16. Talk to me. Is Kai Pearce-Paul someone on your radars?
Oh, isn't he?
Definitely.
Shit, yeah. Looks so good, man. So damaging. Such
him?
good offload.
If you had money and it didn't matter, so let's say you had 700k, right? And you had to spend 700k, you're getting Twal or are you getting Kai Pearce-Paul?
KPP.
I'm getting Kai Pearce-Paul. And I'll be honest with you, if I had an extra 15k on top of what I've got at the moment, which I've done in my 2RF, I'd be getting Kai Pearce-Paul this week.
Huge.
I can afford Fifi straight to KPP this week, which is really tempting.
Yeah. I had a look, and I'm 3k short of my KPP move if I went Mclean down to Mark. And it stung me a little. So, I've looked at a lot of things. This is where I'm settled, but I would be moving things to make it happen for sure. It just hasn't lined up for me financially.
Next on the list, which I'm really surprised by, is Joash Papali, 2.9% brought in. He's 303k. He's actually lost 36k. He's 303.8k. He is 5'8 only. He's probably going to get the fullback jaw by around 12. He won't get it for this one, but Like, are you buying him? Like, is this what people are doing? Pez it down to him
Yep.
and making 60k?
Yep. 100%. 1301.
And that is not worth the trade. Agreed.
It's not worth the trade at all. No.
That's terrible. I think you have a
Yeah.
saying for that, don't you, Jesse?
That one. If you're doing that, you're kirking your team. It's getting kirked. Yeah, you're going to brain it. So, it's
Send
a waste
us a
of a
message
trade.
if you don't understand what that is, and Jesse will give you a really big spiel, and it's highly entertaining. It's a good call.
Yeah, I will. Please send me the messages. But yeah, look, it's a play it's necessary if he's your number 1 5'8". That's what I'm saying. If you don't have a 5'8" and you can't go anywhere except down to him, something's got to be. Otherwise, take a free loop every week.
I mean, he got named fullback last week, played 85 minutes, and got a 48.
I just saw that.
Yeah.
I was like, surely
It's about
not.
as good as Keeney.
No, thank you. Yeah, except he's 200k less. All
There you
right,
go.
boys.
Bargain.
Let's tell everybody what are you doing? Trade-ins and outs.
All
What are we
right,
doing with
I'll
our
go
teams?
first. Because my trade outs, the more I look at them, the more I'm like, God, this is luxurious, isn't it? So I'll be moving Walsh to Turbo. That's a must. That's a lock-in. I am boosting. This is a second boost I've used this season, so still got a few in the bank. I'm looking at that Val Holmes to Casey move. Banks me 4k. It's nothing. But I also want really good players this week, and I kind of want to keep rolling where the momentum's going. So, Finay Filiaki, as elite as he has been in the 2RF position with this massive form surge, he's on his bye. He's up 188k. Might make some more, might not, but I'm looking at moving him to Olakau'atu. 128 last week. His numbers last week playing under Foz compared to what he was doing with Seabold were astronomical. 2 assists, a try for himself, I think, as well. The runs, the meters, I just want a part of that, and I think the Dragons is a great matchup for it. Yeah, he ran 23 times, 272 meters, 8 tackle busts, 2 line breaks, a line break assist. He only tackled 6 times. Oh, stupid. So, yeah, at the moment, that's where I'm leaning. Just give me some more of that attack against the Dragons, thanks. So, yeah, Ola, Turbo, and Mclean in. A bye, an
That's not
injury,
fair, is it,
and
Trav?
an unfortunate Val Holmes.
I hate it.
Out.
I hate him. Why do we get him on this show?
Oh.
Oh, man. Unreal. I can't believe it. Can't believe it. Love it, Jesse. Well done, and all for you, man, to be able to find those things. And
It leaves me 1k in the bank, too.
It's an omen. That's exactly what we've been saying for a long time. Anytime you get to 1k or under, you got that's your build. You got to do it.
Yeah, I agree.
Jimmy.
I'm starting to burn the trade, so I'm half tempted to just do the one. I'm looking at Walsh to Nico, who we've already spoken about, or potentially Mark. I think Roosters have a very good run coming up, and he's someone I definitely want to get on board with. I've already lost Tedesco last week to Walsh. I think I want a piece of that Roosters attack coming up, and that Anzac Day clash is always one you just eye off, and it's against the Dragons, so I think he's someone I'm looking to get in, and I might potentially downgrade Stefano or Chan this week just to get in another CT dub named Casey Mclean.
Love it.
It's
Stack
well on
the
the
CT
card.
dub.
Yeah,
good for
that's
me.
what I'm thinking.
Boys, I am on currently no trades. I have no idea what I'm doing. It'll be a very last minute thing. Currently, I've said currently I'm on no trades. The only 2 things that I've looked at is Kulumatangi down to Twal, Mooney up to, and then via Jules, I'll move Ho back up into the front row forward and put Mooney and send Mooney to either a Sasangi or Kai Pearce Paul. That's kind of where I'm. That's
Yes.
where I'm sitting at the moment, but I
Yeah.
haven't made those trades yet.
You should. You're taking the Hane approach to Supercoach, and it's not working. So
Don't make trades.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Things are fine. The whole house is on fire, but we'll be fine. Yeah, no, I love that. Like Keon's play, we probably should mention him too, to be fair, because a lot of people are questioning it. He's meant to be playing with a PCL injury. You know, he's a bit busted. He needs big minutes and big output to get his good scores, and they're not coming. But they are for 12, you know, and he's a cheaper player, discount. So I'd do that move. Honestly, I really would. And I think anything you can get going better than Mooney, if you can get to Pierce Paul or anyone into that, 700 bracket, I think you do it. Genuinely, I think you need to push.
It's that or I figure out what I do in my centre wings, because at the moment I've got to play, because Herbie's out, I've got to play Falmani, or Herbie's on the bye, so I've got to play Falmani, and I'm not 100% sure I want to do that. But that is where I'm at. Boys, let's talk about our captains. I'm just going to quickly talk to you about the top 10% captain options, or vice captain options first, and then chuck it to you guys. But currently the most VC'd player in the competition is Nathan Cleary. Boys, are you on that same path?
Yep.
I'm sick of not getting the captains right. I've freaking had enough. I've captained him twice for his 60s, and I've missed every ton this season, and then I captained Walsh last week. So I've had enough.
What's bonkers this week is that he's 42.7% in the top 10%, and then underneath that it's Turbo at 9.2, it's Nico Hines at 8.1, and then it just keeps and then it's down. It's just bonkers what's happening here with the VC. So there's a lot of people going on hard on Cleary, but this is where I want to talk to you. Currently the most captained player in the top 10% is one Sua Farlongo at 29%. Jimmy, you're not a Sua owner. You sold him last week, didn't you?
No, we didn't speak about it in the end, but I toss it up. No, I didn't sell him. I've still got him. He's got a good predicted score against the Warriors. I don't think he's going to get 120, but I think he'll do quite well.
Is he a captain option? Is he worth the 29% in the top 10%?
Yeah, I'd captain him. I'm not going to, but I think he could.
Cool. Jesse?
I wouldn't captain him. I wouldn't this week. I think he'll still score well. I think he'll still probably score like an 80 odd. I think the 120 projection's skewing a lot of people in that, or they're optimising their team and they're getting him straight on the captaincy, because that's what's happening to me. I think closer to the day you'll see that change, but yeah. Not for me, not this week, but always a good shout, I reckon. Can still bang. He's a VC. He's a VC
Next on
guy.
The list, it's really funny, at 47% he was the most vice captain. He's at 20% for the captains.
Who's that?
People are all in on him, man.
60% are all in on Nathan Cleary this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dogs are playing like shit. They just look no good. And Penrith are just insane. It's like, well, you got to at least play something. But I just think, he plays on Thursday?
Yeah. Tomorrow night.
Captain on Thursday.
You could, but
on Thursday.
You could.
But I suppose if you're that confident and you're just like, you know what, I'll just take whatever Cleary's going to do and not worry about looping, copying an AE and all the rubbish. Fair enough. It's Cleary. Why not? You spend this much money for him, you may as well. Safety first.
With AEs and and the flex position and all sorts of things now, I just think you can early VC and do that. I just think Cleary is the biggest no-brainer for a vice captain that you can have this week. All right, so then and I'll quickly go through it, then I'll ask you boys what you're doing. So Turbo is third on the list at 17.5% against the Dragons. Nico Hines at 12.4% against the Roosters, and then it's a big drop to a 3% for Latrell. Boys, I'll tell you what mine are. So currently I'm VC Nathan Cleary and I'm Captain Turbo. Jimmy, yourself?
Exact same, buddy.
Jesse?
Shit. Same friggin' thing.
And you brought Turbo in this week too, haven't you? So
yeah, I have.
It's got
you brought Walsh in too last week.
On your Juju.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't captain him.
Well, I didn't bring Walsh in last week. That's why he went down. I brought him in the week before for his 90 odd. So Yeah, look, if you want to get 100 out of your captain, don't captain Turbo this week, because I am. It's anything that's holding me back, man. Dead set. Captaincy this year, I've not gotten one right. So,
No, I haven't either.
hurting.
That's exactly why I'm 52k. It's just because I haven't
Oh,
been able to get
Sewer,
these captains.
sorry. That one Sewer week I got him. That was huge. Outside of that,
That's
no
massive.
good.
Boys, quickly, Siffy starts. I am currently sitting playing Paseka, Ho, Dewey, and Leo.
Carraz has found his way into my starting lineup with instead no reserve with Herbie out, so he is starting. I'll be reserving Chester and Macassini, Mooney and Fafita. And what? VC Cleary, C Turbo. She's
Love
rolling.
that. Jimmy.
Currently without trades, it's reserve Chan, Lukey, Martin. That's without fail every week at the moment. And it's probably going to be Ho with Chester, Macassini, and 2 playing currently with no Herbie. But I think I'm going to add 2 CT dubs this week, and that'll all change.
Fair call. That's the end of us, mate. That's the end of us, boys. Again, do all those free things to support us, like follow, subscribe, comment. Even just get in the chats and do the engagement part of it. We just love having a chat. That's all stuff that can just help support. We're not here to build a massive community. We're just here to talk Supercoach and have some fun along with it and hopefully get some winners out of it. If you are interested in our league, get involved. The code for that, I'm just pulling up right now, is 787885. Get in there. $150 up for grab for the winner of that. There are 79 people, and there's a few things in the works that might be happening with that competition. So get in there. I'll keep that. I'll keep the league open for a while. I think I said round 10, but I'll see what Jesse and Jimmy want to do at the end, and whether they want to keep it open, or Jesse probably wants it closed so he can win it. The quicker we close it, the better chance he has at winning it. But otherwise, boys, anything you want to end on?
Nah, not this week. Have some fun with it. Try not to let it ruin your weekend, because it can very easily do that.
Yeah.
That's what Supercoach does to us. That's exactly
100%.
what it does to us. Love you, boys. Thank you. Love your work, guys. Community, get in the chat. Have a chat to us. Talk to us. Send us some messages. If you need any help, we're always here to help you. Have a fantastic weekend.